What is up, everybody? Can we get a sound check from the audience? Can you guys make sure that the sound is running properly? Do I need the mic closer, further away? So let me know by giving me a thumbs up if you can hear me in the comment section real quick. All right, cool. Thanks, Rocky. Let me know if the music is too loud. I can adjust it by turning it down on my phone. So yeah, before we get started, I was trying to set up my DSLR to stream today. That's why the quality is not that great. It's actually from my MacBook Pro, but I wanted to use a better camera. But unfortunately, with the Sonoma update for Mac OS, a lot of things are incompatible and really hard to get plugins going for. So I tried for like 4 hours today to get my GoPro Hero 9 working for the stream and my Sony A6400 DSLR, but that to no avail. So now we're just going with the MacBook, but I have it better positioned so we're not like looking constantly. I also have the chat up here, so I won't be like looking around constantly or whatever. Let me know how the picture looks, because it looks grainy to me, but I don't know if that's just the live feed that I'm getting or if it's the actual picture. I might be able to adjust that by turning on the overhead light. That might help, but just let me know. Also, what's up, Atherin? I want to make a shout out to chat real quick before we get started. We got Rocky Ford in here. What's up? Ken Trey Games in the Algol tier, the one and only member right now currently on the channel. There were a couple others, but they were in the last tier, and I had to get rid of that tier. So I hope people rejoin. Dante's Hollow Ground. What's up, buddy? Yeah. All right, Atherin. Yeah, I might. No, Matt, I literally just started. And what's up? I might be going maybe 2 hours if at maximum. It depends on like, the normal factors of how my streams go. But playing on an hour, and then if it goes longer than that, everything is a bonus. You guys are the ones that make the stream go as long as it is. So that's up to you guys. But no, you haven't missed anything quite yet. I haven't come up with an overall topic that I wanted to talk about in today's stream, so we can get questions going in the actual chat, and we'll start that way so you guys can lead the conversation where you want it to go. Also, please let me know if the picture is grainy for you. I might have to actually turn on the overhead light if it is grainy, because for me it looks incredibly grainy, but I'm not sure. Almost like there's a filter on it. I'm not going to get into my Peacemaker dislike right here. I'll have all the Mortal Kombat fans' panties in a bunch about that. Rocky Ford said, it would be cool if Cal Kestis from Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, was the guest character for Soul Calibur 7, but sadly Disney would all use its licensing rights to Disney-owned Star Wars. Yes, and like people often forget that for Soul Calibur 4, not only was the game funded partially by Lucas Games, but it was not owned by Disney yet at the time. It was still under George Lucas's LucasArts and Lucas Games title that they owned those. And they used that pretty much as a primary resource to cross-promote with their game, The Force Unleashed, which was coming out. So that's why we actually had Star Wars characters before. Totally different time period. Having Star Wars characters now is nigh impossible with something like Soul Calibur, because Disney will never let it go. Monster Hunter characters have always been requested, Trey. I don't see why they wouldn't be allowed to. There's no like cross-promotional reasons or anything. I think the only aspect would be is like, which weapons would you choose to use? Because there's no really like main character really. It's like you create your character in Monster Hunter. So I don't know who they would actually have to be the actual guest. You know what I mean? Unless they did something pretty generic. Because I've heard that from FromSoft games as well. People are like, well, why don't we have like the FromSoft dude, like the Knight guy? And it's like, well, I don't know how much personality they can fit behind that character. And with Soul Calibur, it was narrative. They like to put the characters in the actual story. That's why we saw Geralt and Labor of Souls like heading us up and starting off that whole entire journey. But I don't know if they would do that with like a Monster Hunter character. I mean, it's possible. I just, like I said, we would need a little constraints going on there. Like, what would we need? We would need like the particular weapon that they would use for the costume. And there's so many weapons in Monster Hunter, so it's like, what would they use? Rocky says, did you hear that Marvel Avengers licensing expired too soon, even if the game was released 3 years ago? What do you mean too soon? Because they probably had a 2-year license on it based on their game plan that they presented with Disney or Marvel in the first place for making the game. So I'm assuming they had a 2-year limited license, and they were going to go based on sales after that point. The gear would definitely be Rathalos gear. Yeah, like I said, I'm not closed off to a Monster Hunter guest character, and I would say like, well, it has to be relevant because if a Monster Hunter game comes out at that time, Monster Hunter always comes out, so I'm sure there'll be a Monster Hunter game that comes out around that time. Speaking of time frames, I'm guessing that it's either going to be sometime in 2025 or 2026. And the only reason why I say 2026 is because that's actually the console release of Soul Edge and Soul Blade. So it's the 25th anniversary in particular. So that's why I would say that like we can possibly see it then. The arcade came out in would be 2025 would be the anniversary, the 25th anniversary. So we could get it next year if they're going based on that. It just depends on a lot of factors. Monster Hunter Wild is coming out. Yeah. As long as it's out within a year of like the release, it should be fine. Rocky says, I was going to get Spider-Man on Avengers PS5, but I got it and I can't get him anymore. Dang. Yeah, I actually did get Spider-Man on Avengers, and I was playing Avengers for a long time. Like I have like 200 or 300 hours in that game. Me and Shad played it a lot, and then my brother got it also, so we were playing around in there a lot. But then like after they shut everything down, we pretty much just left because you could still play. And all the costumes are like free, but at that point it was like there's no new raids, there's nothing really new to do, and we had already played the game so much at that time. It was just time for us to move on as well. But I did have fun in that game. I thought the game was pretty fun. I didn't even try Gotham Knights. I don't have really any interest to. I'm definitely not trying Suicide Squad. I have no interest in that game at all. But Avengers was kind of fun. Lord Blazefire says, I'm getting Dragon's Dogma 2 and it's already been bought. It's ready for the 22nd. Oh, it's paid off already? Nice. I think the next game that I am actually getting, because Final Fantasy VII Rebirth just came out and I just got that. So I'm playing through that. The next game that I'm probably planning on getting is probably Stellar Blade, which is the end of next month, I believe. I think it's like April 26th that comes out. I don't really have many games that are coming out right now that I'm like super wanting to get besides like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, but I have no idea when that's even going to come out. So that would be the next on my list. I might, though. I'm probably going to get the new South Park game and Outlast Trials just because the co-op in those games are pretty fun and pretty good. So I'll probably get them too. They're budget price games also. I think like Outlast Trials is only $40 and that comes out on the 5th in like 4 days. And then South Park comes out later this month and that's only $30, I believe. I'm not waiting on Stellar Blade because it's the first Korean studio completely made game from South Korea, like on an actual console that's not like an MMO. So I'm definitely going to be supporting the game as much as I can. Rocky says, even Soul Calibur 4's licensing expired a long time ago. You still unlock Darth Vader depending on which version? No, you cannot. So I have both versions of Soul Calibur 4, and the reason I do is because unless you bought them prior when the licenses were valid, then you no longer can get those characters. So if you are just buying Soul Calibur for, let's say, on PS3 today, and you want Yoda in your game, you can't get them unless like you mod it on PC. They're off the store; they're delisted, so there's no way of downloading them unless you already bought them in the past. Stellar Blade does look very good. I'm super excited about it. Taylor Swift greater than Disney, Star Wars, and MCU. I guess saying hi. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Ken Trey says playing PS3 Soul Calibur 4 right now. Yeah, I have them physically, so I play them once in a while. I do miss the bonus characters. Anybody that's been a fan of my channel for a while knows that like Shura is probably actually my favorite character in the whole series. So the fact that I can't play as her except outside that game is pretty brutal. Is it just me or Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to get me hooked? It's just me. Probably. Cake. I'll take that strawberry cake, I guess. It's not great for a diet, though. Rocky Ford says, if Dante and Nero are both in Soul Calibur 7, I would be happy because I wouldn't mind seeing both of them. It would be one or the other, depending on what they're going with. Because, like, Nero is the main character of Devil May Cry now. He has been since 4. But I would still say that Dante is definitely the mascot. He's even one of the mascots of Capcom itself. So it's really a hard decision of who they would actually put to represent that game in there. I personally would prefer Nero, same as what Matt's saying, Solar 95. I prefer Nero. I like the Devil Arm and stuff. I mean, I'd be happy with Dante either way, but there's already so many games that Dante is already a guest in that I would maybe want to see Nero, just see what he can actually do, especially with his like specific Spartan transformation and stuff. I think it's cooler. Trey says it would definitely be Dante. I mean, it's arguable. Like I would say that too. Maybe if Dante was supposed to come out when he was supposed to come out on like Soul Calibur 3, I believe it was. I would say definitely, but Nero is a prime candidate now because he is the main character of 4 and 5. So, yo, what's up, Shad? Everyone, Shad is in the house. Dante is super popular. I wouldn't say emo. I wouldn't say Nero's emo. I mean, like, he's pretty much almost exactly like Dante in every way, except he actually has a girlfriend. It's pretty much the only difference between like Dante and Nero, to be honest. Besides like the Devil Arm. What's up, Michael Garcia says, I want to see Snake from Metal Gear. Yeah, we were talking about that in the comments before. I mean, Nero's kind of a whiner, but you'd be too if you got your girlfriend like stolen from you. Like, I feel like Dante is more of a whiner about his brother. Like, him and Virgil are just like crybabies about each other. I love Nero. How cool would it be to get Edgemaster or Okana to come back in Soul Calibur 7? It would be amazing. And like I said before, I think it would be perfect if, since he is the master of weapons, he no longer needs a weapon because he's learned to counter them all. So he has some kind of martial arts style that you can actually use for create a character that doesn't have a weapon. And that would not only be in like lore for him, but it would free us up to actually create more characters that aren't super silly, like Superman wielding like a giant axe or something. And Nero actually wears a shirt. Yeah. Yeah. Snake from Metal Gear, like I said, Michael, it depends on if whatever game they're promoting specifically, not the IP itself, because it is third party. But dependent on what game they're promoting, if it does come out on Xbox and PlayStation, then it is going to be. It can be done. I don't have all my consoles, Rocky. I don't have a PlayStation 1 because I have a PS2 that's modded, and PS2 plays PS1 games, so I obviously don't need a PS1. I do have a PS4 still, even though I have a PS5, but the PS4 is actually in the bedroom now with my special edition PS3, and then my slim PS3 is in my main console. I have a Wii, but it's a first generation that plays GameCube games still. Hey, what's up, everybody? So I don't actually need, you didn't need to redact that, Genius. I got Mark, it's fine. My Wii is the first generation, the 100 series, so it actually plays GameCube games. So I don't need my GameCube anymore, which I don't have anymore. And I have a 3DS XL still. I don't have any of my PlayStation portables anymore. I know you're a freak who doesn't like sweets, but if you had to pick, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? So if Shad's in the chat, he's going to get hella triggered from this because he doesn't like my favorite ice cream flavors. I like mint chocolate chip and I like cookies and cream. Those are like my two favorites. Those are my go-to. I have a PS2 signed by Jason David Frank. I would probably put that in some plastic at this point then and get another PS2 because you can get a PS2 for like $50-$60 and that one's like signed by someone who's not with us anymore. So I would definitely try to keep a hold of that one. Starfire says I love those two flavors as well. Yeah. Trey says, I don't like that you like mint either. Shot said, don't say it. What is with you guys hating on the mint, man? It's refreshing. Shad said it tastes like toothpaste. I don't know. I like it. I like cookies and cream probably a little bit better, but yeah, chocolate chip cookie dough is bomb too. But I have to have that in like small amounts. I don't like a lot of it. Gotta love when my lights are doing a rave in the middle of our show. Yeah, you're saying toothpaste, and Shad says toothpaste too. You guys are like being clones right now. Be original. Pickle with chamoy. What is that? Chamwow? what is chamoy? I have no idea what that is. Mint Oreo Blizzard. I can do that. Mint patty ice cream. Michael says. See, people are on that mint. They wouldn't make those. What do you call it? those what's that famous mint ones with the Klondike bars if people didn't like it. I don't know. But yeah, the PS2 that I have is modded, and I actually have a hard drive in it that plays that has like a bunch of games on it, and then my Wii is also modded. Just because like a lot of the awesome Japanese games that never came here, I want to play. Like there's a ton of Bleach games and Naruto games and stuff that like never came to America. So, oh, what's up, Scott Knight? Scott Knight. We were talking about toothpaste because they asked me what my favorite ice cream was. I said mint chocolate chip, and Trey and Shot are trying to troll and say that it tastes like toothpaste. So that's I guess why we're going with that. Jenna Dios naming candy is awful. I don't eat a lot of candy anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Like when I did, my like favorite was probably like Mike and Ike's and maybe Skittles, but like I don't really eat candy that much anymore. Thank you, Scott Knight. Mint chocolate chip is great. I don't know why people are hating on it so much, especially if you put some like hot fudge on there. Oh, nasty. Delicious. Yeah, you being a troll? You're being a hater. Haters need the tip. That's it. If you want to be a hater, you got to tip. Ice cream sandwiches and cookies and cream. Both are delicious. Or ice cream cookies, you mean, too. Yeah, those are good. I like the ice cream tacos, too. Those are pretty bomb. We can move off of ice cream and junk food now because y'all are making me hungry. Let's talk about like some kind of game. You don't. Yeah, Shad's about to be sick, so we need to. Let's talk about some gaming questions. I know you guys have a lot of questions, and we have limited time, so hit me up. What do you all want me to talk about? We can talk about guest characters like we were talking about. We talk about how I'm feeling about any of the new games that have come out. Any of that stuff. Michael says, I hope in Soul Calibur 7 we get to create Alma from Ninja Gaiden. Soul Calibur 5 is the only game that let me create her. Soul Calibur 5 did have the best character creation, so I mean there's a lot of characters that I created in that game that I actually can't make in 6, but Sorry for 95 says, do you think the popularity of the new season of Bleach, we could possibly see more games come to America now? I want ice cream, laugh out loud. Yeah. I wish. Me and Ragaroth, me and Rich have been like complaining so much about the lack of Bleach games. Like the last Bleach game that we had was like Soul Resurrection on PS3. And I'm hoping when they finish 1,000 Year Blood War, or to like hype us up for the last part of the last season, we can actually get like a game. But I don't know, Bandai Namco just canceled like 5 anime games, so hopefully Bleach wasn't among them, but knowing our luck, it probably was. I hope Soul Calibur 7, we get character creation from Soul Calibur 3 and Soul Calibur 4 voices and character creation. Only reason why I say it's hard to get the past stuff is because like different teams worked on that stuff. So I don't know what assets Bandai Namco actually has at their disposal for Project Soul to use. And I also don't know how plug and play it would be. The Rock should cameo in Soul Calibur 7. You know what would be funny? If they come back and The Rock is Rock. We get Dwayne Johnson to literally be Rock in like in the base roster, I would definitely be down with that. Just so like whenever I play with Shad, I would only use him, and Shad would get probably super pressed. Kazuma Style Batsu says, do you have Tekken 8? Yes, indeed. I pre-ordered it, and I have the deluxe edition of Tekken 8. I hope Rock gets axes and hammers weapons in Soul Calibur 7. Probably. Shot said perfect. Nice. I low-key hope Kasumi from Dead or Alive will be possible guest in Soul Calibur 7. I'm not too sure. She does qualify. She is on both consoles except for Dead or Alive 3 and Dead or Alive 4, which are Xbox exclusive for some reason. But I would want her in there. But I'd rather probably have like Mai Shiranui just so we get like the fan style, if that makes sense. Because like all she would use is like a kunai, which is like pretty similar to Taki already. Yeah, I would want Ryu Hayabusa, but then in that case, they only use main characters, so that wouldn't be a Dead or Alive crossover. That would be a Ninja Gaiden crossover. But like we said, Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive are currently going through a reboot, so I don't know when that game is actually going to come out. Captain Hook for Soul Calibur 7. Which version of Captain Hook? That's so wild. That's a wild take. I wanted Medusa's hair in Soul Calibur 6. We kind of have like, oh, we don't have snakehead like hair, but we kind of have like that crazy wild hair in Soul Calibur 6. It, like, I guess it's Killix when he transforms. So you can kind of use that if you wanted to create the character. There's some tattoos that you would be able to put on there to make it pretty interesting, I guess. Hope Rock gets a new animal head. He usually does, but I don't know how he's going to be in this one. He's going to be I hope The Rock plays The Rock and he has a scorpion head. How about that? Yeah, he sent shots of like the Peter Pan fella. Yeah. I think that's who they're talking about. You want to see Huang and Hong come back to Soul Calibur 7. I mean, Huang will definitely be in because he's playing a major part of the story. He's arguably the main character right now after Season 2. So he'll definitely be back. Whether Yoon-Song comes back, Hong Yoon-Song comes back, I'm pretty sure he will just based on the data that was in Soul Calibur 6's possible potential Season 3. I think the reason that Huang Sung-Young was changed so much was so when Hong comes back, we can actually have like a traditional Taekwondo or Taekyon style character and then like the not so traditional magic based one. Yeah, Scorpion King, that's what I mean. The Rock should play The Rock and he should have a scorpion head. I wonder how they're going to handle Rock's backstory considering, his relationship with Native American and stuff. Yeah, I think they're going to completely change that. I don't think it's going to be, he's probably just going to be like from England, and I'm going to guess he gets like shipwrecked in the New World, and maybe he gets like taken in by the natives and they teach him their style, and then that's how he does it without so much like animal references. They're probably going to do it more like that than like his traditional story, which is like he's just a rich guy who goes there and then like adopts one of their kids, and then like everyone fears him because he's like so big and muscular. I don't think they're going to play that way around this time. I think they're going to go with a new way, like they did slightly for like Setsuka and like everyone pretty much. Hong Yoon-Song is actually a cool character playing Soul Calibur 2 through Soul Calibur 4. Yeah, I don't mind Hong Yoon-Song. I prefer Hwang Sung-Young, but like Hong Yoon-Song is still cool. That's why I like them both for different reasons. That's why I want them both in the game. Is Rock from Soul Calibur one of the good guys? Yeah, he's a good guy. He's not on the bad side. He's steadily on the good side. The only characters who are actually on the bad side is pretty much like let's see. It was Cervantes. We got not even so much Voldo because Voldo is just protecting his master in the money pit. Lizard Man is always like usually on the bad side. Usually, Ivy even is. Tira, yeah. It's like pretty much half and half. Let's see. I'm missing some of these. Even though Rock is born half Samoan, yeah. I mean, The Rock. His lineage doesn't matter. He's not going to be in the game. I just think it would be funny. Speaking of which, let's go back over what Soul Calibur would include characters from each continent now that you live and more people are here. Yeah, not much. I think they'll pretty much still stick to the areas that they're at. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I mean. Dwayne Johnson. I know who you're talking about. I'm just saying I don't think Dwayne Johnson's going to be in the game. That's what the joke was. A young character playable in Soul Calibur 7. I mean, possibly. Like, it depends on the time period of what they were doing at the time. So it's like usually like the late 1400s, early 1500s. So I would even say like a Mongolian character or something like that would be cool to see. Because that's the areas that they're strictly around. I know that like if Lydia was in here, if she would like be yelling at me that like they've gone over a bunch of different areas in Libra of Souls and stuff. And I know they have, but I just mean from the main part of the story. Do you like Invincible with Omni-Man? Yes, I like Invincible. You think I'm not going to like a character with Superman powers whose name is Mark, who's half Korean? You think I'm not going to like that show or that comic? Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I love that. It's one of my favorite things that Robert Kirkman has actually done. I like Invincible a lot. Hope Cervantes gets his human form and ghost form. It depends because he's not really a ghost in this timeline. So it goes based on the new timeline. So we're not doing anything from the old timeline unless it's already been shown in the last game. So I think it's pretty much going to be just human Cervantes. But unless something happens in the story where he gets transformed in some way, his soul charge could be cool to go into like an ethereal state or something like that. I would really like to see that. I would always get annoyed when people ask for characters from all over these different continents when the game only takes place in Europe and Asia. I would say primarily takes place in Europe and Asia, but to play devil's advocate, Trey was saying on Discord that like since the game is so like overarching through the whole world, like the effects of the battles would change the whole world, that some people would take up arms to like fight on behalf of the good side in order to stop that from coming to fruition, which I can see, but I just don't want it to get convoluted because I like how much they focus on their characters and their characterization in Soul Calibur, like how much they affect the plot and the narrative, not the other way around. That's why I just want it to be like a little bit more tightly. Shad said I wouldn't mind seeing a Greek god make an appearance. Possibly. I always like everyone always argues with me about this point. I think that like Sophitia is like either mildly insane or like the Greek gods don't exactly exist in like Soul Calibur proper. Like it's deceptions built by Soul Edge, like to trick people into doing what he wants them to do. Because we never actually seen them or heard them or anything. We just see like Sophitia talking about them and talking to them, and they're never presented in like an actual like form, if that makes sense. Swordfire says he actually is a ghost in this timeline. His story made him pretty much resurrected by Sage. Okay, well I forgot about that then. Yeah, I still think he should have an ethereal soul charge state and maybe not like two different costumes, but they should give us some kind of stuff for that. And Spider-Man, I hated J. Jonah Jameson because he talks extremely trash to his employees, and Peter Parker hates Spider-Man. Yeah, but that's the joy of J. Jonah Jameson. You love to hate him. That's why he's such a great character. In stories and narrative, we can't have everybody being awesome characters that everybody's going to love. You need to have characters in there with flaws because that's how humans are, and it's a reflection of us through our storytelling. If you have everybody being the perfect example of what we want and strive to be, then like nothing is ever going to be fun or realistic. And there's going to be an uncanny valley kind of situation going on there where you don't take stories seriously anymore. Not everybody can be like the pinnacle of like what is the epitome of humanity. Even Superman, for all his like perfection, has fallen flat a lot. Shots, I'll take your word on. I know nothing of the lore. People would argue with me about that, but like I think there's like argument to be made there. I think it's just like dependent on like which perspective you're actually taking. I hope Ivy gets a new hairstyle in Soul Calibur 7. She probably won't because Ivy's been rocking the same look for like forever. Her like furthest look she had was like I think like her Soul Calibur 5 look, and like she's the rest of the time been like completely perfect. What's up, Arcade Nexus? Welcome to the stream. And said Eve from Stellar Blade and Pinocchio from Lies FP. Yeah, I told you. I think I was talking to you in the comments. I do want to try Lies FP so I can check out that character. Eve from Stellar Blade would be great. The only thing that we would need to see between that would be like, is that going to be on Xbox also as well as PlayStation? That's the only thing I want to find out. And if that's the case, then like she'd be eligible. I want to see a lot of modes come back to Soul Calibur 7. Well, the only modes that aren't really in Soul Calibur 6 are Weapon Master mode and Towers. That's pretty much it. Everything else is there. Especially if you're going into Libra of Souls, like because I know a lot of people didn't play Libra of Souls, but you have endless battles in there with the character creation portals. You have stage transitions with wet stages and stuff like that. All that like weird stage transitional stuff. There's a lot of hidden bosses and secrets in there. Like people just didn't play enough of it. I just want to see a character to just throw hands. Yeah, that's what I want. I want a fist character based. I want like a martial arts straight up character. I was a little upset when they chose Devil Jin for Soul Calibur 5. I would have liked like Kazi or regular Jin just so like it would affect our character creation like that much better. Night Terror for Soul Calibur 7. You'd have to ask Solarfire 95, but I don't think Night Terror exists in this timeline. I think that's a previous timeline specific thing only. I don't think he's in this timeline, but I could be wrong. Give me proper Chronicles of the Sword, cowards. See, I've been wanting Chronicles of Swords back because it's my favorite mode, and Libra of Souls did what they could. With Chronicles of the Sword. The problem is, and here's the problem, that kind of gameplay style is severely outdated. So how I want to change that is instead of being the miniature characters on the map, like fighting the enemies and stuff, I would like to see like a Dynasty Warriors, like Koei Tecmo type of gameplay, like Tekken Force, where like you choose your character and like you're literally doing the like Dynasty Warriors type combat to get to the different towers and stuff to take them down. I think that would be cool. Yeah, my light is this overhead light. It's twisted in such a way that sometimes it loses connectivity, and I gotta just turn it back on. I should just like Bluetooth remote it, but because right now it's on yellow, and I want it to be on white. I don't even like the yellow beam, but this will do for now. No fists, yeah. Edgemaster would be key. Yeah, the stores coming back to Soul Calibur 7 will be amazing. I'm so tired these days of not being able to unlock stuff. You have no idea how annoying it is that you get a game and everything is unlocked day one. I get it's good for esports and online ranked, but like, let me freaking unlock stuff. Give me something to do in the game so I'm not bored. I'm just tired of getting like fighting games these days and like all I can do is play online. Like I'm like it's so boring to me. Like I want stuff to do. Like I like playing online, don't get me wrong, but like I want stuff to do by myself as well. Lord Blazefire says, I agree, Mark, the idea of Chronicles of the Sword. Thank you. I'm glad you agree. Rocky Ford said, I want to see like survival mode, tag team battle, weapon master mode, Chronicles of the Swords, and even time attack mode. Like I said, Chronicles of Swords is already rolled into Libra of Souls. So like if they just make that mode a little bit better and add like some kind of like Dynasty Warriors-esque like mode to it, I would be fine with that. Time attack is whatever. That should be like something that goes onto arcade mode that's like tacked on. Same with survival mode. And tag would be awesome, but I think in order to put tag in, you'd probably have to either have it in towers and not control the second character, like have them come in as like a cameo assist kind of thing, or have like a completely separate new game that's like a Soul Calibur tag battle game, which I would freaking love. Bring back everybody from the previous timeline and everything, no matter about the lore. Bring everybody back and have like a Tekken tag-esque kind of game. I would love that. Yeah, Edgemaster with no weapons would be kick-ass. I think that's like the only way they should bring that character back, because otherwise he's kind of old hat. Yoshimitsu get a new costume to be human in Tekken 8. He is a human. And Yoshimitsu in Tekken 8 is not the same Yoshimitsu as in Tekken. I'm going to make a whole video on that because I've been doing research on that, and I'm correct. The Yoshimitsus that are in the games are separate characters completely. It has to do about like when they were first making the games. I would literally make a video on that soon. I'm just putting together more information so I'm not like misinforming anybody. What about unlocking clothing for whoever you fight? You mean in like Street Fighter 6 World Tour mode? Like if you fight the person that has that clothing set as that reward, then you get that. That's kind of fine. I would like that. But I want it tied to one of the single player modes, so you're not just like constantly grinding out money in a store online. I want it like unlockables in the store again. Like it's just what I want. I think a lot of people don't know that Yoshimitsu is actually a character that exists in Japanese mythology. Yeah, I've been saying that for years, and like nobody. I guess like you can't really like let everybody understand like Japanese folklore and the yokai and like the demon hunters and all that stuff that like a lot of their games are based upon. Games like Devil May Cry and stuff like that, or even take heavy on those inspiration from those. But yeah, Yoshimitsu is not the same character. Yoshimitsu is an actual. Yoshimitsu was actually a general. He was a leader of Japan at one point in time. He wasn't like the leader of Japan. He was like a general that was like the highest level of authority underneath of like the leader. And he was literally the one that like created the style of shinobi battle fighting that like you see popular in anime and stuff like that. Like so sorry, I'm reading the chat. So basically, like I have a whole video coming on like where they got that from, where the mythos are from, where it takes place from yokai stuff, like where like what that happened when they were developing Soul Calibur, Soul Edge alongside of Tekken. I have all of that prepared, and I'm going to make a full Yoshimitsu video just so you guys are fully informed. But yeah, the Yoshimitsus are different, and it always like really peeves me off, honestly, when people say they're the same because it's like unfounded, and then they make these weird like aspirational headcanons that like Tekken is the future era of Soul Calibur, which is completely not true at all. They don't really share any kind of similarities whatsoever. Lord Blazefire says, yeah, I'm like too into Japanese culture and it's not anime. There's like a ton of culture back there that people don't get into because anime just scratches the surface. Yeah, it is a nothing theory, so it makes no sense at all. It's like, okay, so fine. If Soul Calibur is the past and Tekken is the future, then where are the swords? Like, where is Algol? Like, where is anything that had to do with anything in the past? How come like none of the characters have like kids that exist into that timeline that carry over their name? How come like the devil gene is not the evil shards from like Soul Edge? It's not the same thing as manifestation. It's completely different. It works completely differently. And so far, all you've seen is one bloodline, which is like the Mishimas, be able to like actually utilize it, or the Kazumas, whichever it came from. Yeah, don't peeve me off, Trey. I'm trying not to curse too much on stream because like my mom is in Korea and she watches my streams. So, 안녕하세요, oma, 사랑해요. She watches my streams, and I don't want her to like catch me cursing too much because I don't want her disappointed in me because I love her. Arcade Nexus says, I wonder if the evolving level design similar to Virtual Fighter 3 or Tekken 4, even DOA multi-level. I would love that. That would give it a fresh feel. Like stage transitions from like Injustice, where like you can knock them through the wall and like go into a completely different stage. Or like in Dead or Alive, how they like knock them off the rooftops and keep going lower, lower, lower. I love that kind of stage transition stuff. And if they do have the budget for focusing a little bit on that, I would love for Soul Calibur 7 to introduce that. That would bring a much needed lift of brevity. If Algol and Aswell came back, how cool would it be if they fought each other? I mean, Aswell, like, Solarflare would have to tell you more about this because he's more into Aswell than I am, like when it comes to his lore. I know that Aswell is trying to put together an ultimate seed to make like the ultimate sword, and I don't know whether that is to actually like bring back Algol or to just gain ultimate power. I know Ishka Oct is being led by the Evil Sword to bring Algol back, and we actually see Algol talking to Ishka Oct at the end of Season 2 of Soul Calibur 6. So we know that that's what's going on, but I'm not sure exactly what Aswell would do against Algol. I don't think he's dead, though. Michael said, I would like to see a futuristic Soul Calibur game someday. I absolutely don't. I think having some futuristic elements to it would be fun. Like have like one futuristic character, and we have like a portal that like Mitsurugi goes through, and he fights this like future version of somebody. That would be kind of cool, but I don't think that like it would work well as the entire game being futuristic. I think it would completely lose what makes it Soul Calibur. I learned not to underestimate Asian people because they got good ears. Asian people because they got good ears. Yeah, my mom will definitely know. He's not dead. He plays a major role in Amy's story, which takes place after Libra. That's right. I forgot about the years from Libra ending. Yeah, that's from the whole part where he's got the orb and he's turning Amy into Viola, right? That's part of that. I think that, like, yeah, there's a lot there. And this future person he fights pulls out an RPG on him. I mean, like, Mitsurugi's got hacks, so, like, he's probably slashing that RPG in two. Like, I don't know if that mortar or that missile will do anything to stop Mitsurugi. Like, our boy may be lost when it comes to maps, like our like Rorona Zoro, but like he's got hacks. Only characters lore I got invested in was the Alexandra sisters. Yeah, it's kind of like they're cool. I think it's nice that like Sophia is taking a backseat to like raise her family, and Cassandra is like the one that's going to go ahead forward for the sisters. I don't like that they always rely too heavily on Sophia, and I think Cassandra's underutilized, so it's nice that they do that. Shot said pulls out the Glock. I mean, Cervantes already has guns, so like he can handle that. He'll slice that bullet in two, without even any problems. Even if Heihachi Mishima is dead, would he be DLC in Tekken 8 or the near future? No, because from what I've understood, they don't really want to change the voice actor because he's been doing it since the beginning. So I'm not exactly sure if they'd want to get a new voice actor just to come back and have Heihachi in as DLC. I think because of a lot of her moveset, Reina is just going to go forward as the new kind of Heihachi. What I would like to see, though, is if they brought him back kind of as a cyborg, kind of like what they did with that one guy from Dead or Alive. I forget his name. Raiko? I forget his name. But there was the one villain from Dead or Alive that comes back as a cyborg, and I think if Heihachi did that, I'd be fine with that. Yeah, it'd be cool to see their future great-great-great-great-grandchildren. Yeah, I mean, but that would be something like a side story thing. I don't want the whole game to be based around it. All right, Atherin, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for modding while you're here. Hopefully one of the other mods jumps in. But speaking of Layla, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I was just talking about you, how you would be yelling at me when we were talking about like the world placement of the story of Soul Calibur. Shad said Heihachi should stay dead. Yeah, I don't think it. If Heihachi came back as a cyborg, yes, I was talking about you because like you have a lot of good theories and you push back against mine sometimes and you're right sometimes. So that's why I was talking about you. I was talking about you being right, not being wrong. Rido, yeah, thank you, Trey. It was Rido. See, I know Sean that Heihachi should stay dead, but if he came back as like not himself, like let's say it was Heihachi's body, right? But like he was cyborg like Heihachi, like half cybernetics, so messed up looking, but his like he wasn't him, like he was possessed by somebody or something like that. I think that would be cool. As you should, yeah. Well, you know what? Lucky I was at least giving you some props for that, Layla. We were talking about like the story of Soul Calibur, like literally overarching the entire planet, and in Soul Calibur they actually go to different areas that are not shown with the main characters in the story, like particularly in Libra. And if we should have new characters from some of those areas, I was still saying that like maybe like Mongolia or somewhere like that. Maybe like somewhere from the Middle East, like have somebody like that. But like I don't think they should go too far away from Africa, Asia, and like Northern Eastern Europe or whatever. But because I just don't want the roster to be overblown with characters that we don't have fleshed out backstories on. But yeah. That would basically be Jinpachi again. I mean, that's what I was thinking. Like, I wouldn't mind like a Jinpachi-esque kind of thing going on. Like, it wouldn't be him, but yeah. Maxi, Shanghua, and Keeley confront Nightmare. Yeah, I think Nightmare's playing second fiddle background though in Soul Calibur 7. Like, I don't think he's going to be like the main antagonist. I think that's definitely Ishka Octon, the Swords and Shepherds, trying to gather the Soul Edge shards to resurrect Algol, while as well as behind the scenes trying to turn Amy into a doll. And then we also have Johann Druger, who is raising Zwei right now, which is said in the encyclopedia. So Zwei is going to be coming back too. So I don't know. There's going to be a lot going on in Tekken 7. I just don't want it to get too convoluted. Michael Garcia says, if it's a reboot, Dead or Alive, do you think we're going to start with the first game or spin-off of the other games? I hope they go in a completely different direction. I want the story to be completely different. Like, I don't just want it to be like Kasumi is like running away from the village and Ayane gets sent to stop her, and then like she finds Hayate, who is like literally brainwashed and going as Ain. I'm tired of the old story. I want to see a new story with Dead or Alive. I love Dead or Alive to death, and I just want to see it taken seriously for once, kind of. I mean, keep everything in your one, keep the jiggle physics and all that stuff, but I mean, like, I want to see a seriously good written story because it has the potential to, especially as it's tied in with like Ninja Gaiden, but like they just don't do anything with it. You know what I mean? Maxi and Li Long make sense in Soul Calibur 7. I don't know how Li Long would be in there with Maxi, and I don't know if they're going to have two people in there with the same weapon. Like, I can see them being like alts, but like I don't know what Li Long would contribute. He hasn't been in a game in like a long time. I agree. Also, in the case of Heihachi, I saw a theory last year that Heihachi would be a robot. I could see that working. Yeah, Layla, I think that would work well. Like, I don't hate the idea. Like, as long as it's not Heihachi, like it's just Heihachi adjacent, then I think it would be fine. They could even get like a different voice actor and stuff. Of course, Solar Flare. Of course, that would be like 90% of it. We're not going Mortal Kombat 1 with it. Hell no. We need alternate costumes back for Soul Calibur 7. Yeah, I really think they jumped the shark with giving us 100 character slots to actually edit the roster and being like, you don't need alternate costumes because you can just make your own. No, like I want alternate costumes, and then I want to be able to create my own costumes also. I think that's no excuse for that. As long as the DOA reboot keeps my main Mila, I'm happy. Mila first appeared in Dead or Alive 5, so they could put her in base if they're doing a new story, and she is a popular character. So I could see Mila coming back in the base, but we'll have to wait and see. Still keep the sexy stuff but focus more on story. Yeah, as long as it's like a secondary aspect and the story is the main aspect, then fine. I mean, it's not like that stuff is completely taken out of Soul Calibur either. We have characters like Ivy and Taki. I mean, even like the guest created characters like Shura, even Sophitia and stuff. Like all the girls are there, but like they're not hidden for sure. It's just like not the main aspect or main focus of the game. Nico makes no sense to be returning in Dead or Alive 7. I don't really think many people like Nico, so I don't know if she's going to. Li Long just mentioned his story in Soul Calibur. See, here's Layla coming in to correct me. Let's see what she says. I'm just gonna do a stream with you one day because like just so I don't have to like keep on talking about, you know what you're talking about. Li Long is mentioned in the story in Soul Calibur 6, so he's technically already there. In Xianghua's story, Mei Mei asks Xianghua to find her brother, and in the old timeline, Mei Mei was said to be Li Long's sister. Yeah, so let's see what they play in this story. I just hope they give him a different weapon. Maybe he can actually be the one person that comes back with the 3-point, the 3 bow staff. I forget what it's called. It's got the chain links in between instead of just nunchaku. Maybe he can actually have that 3-point staff that I know a lot of people have been wanting for a long time. How good was Booster Gold from the DC universe? I only ever liked Booster Gold 2 times ever in DC Comics. That was during the Death of Superman storyline, and also in Justice League Unlimited, where he had his own one-shot episode. Those are the only 2 times I actually liked Booster. Otherwise, he's a joke. Trey says, isn't the sexual stuff why Evo doesn't take Dead or Alive seriously? I don't know. Like, I'm not in the esports. I haven't played anything like competitively since Tekken 5, so I don't really care what Evo says like about that kind of stuff. Like, all of those games have that except for Mortal Kombat now, which like literally washed it all away. But Shad says yes to you, Trey, by the way. Let's see. It's cool that that Laisha's story is still there. I hope for my girl. Yeah. Hopefully. Scott Knight says, when it comes to DC, I'm a Nightwing guy. Yeah, I like Nightwing a lot too. I like him more than Batman. I can see maybe dual nunchaku, but also if Li Long's got Maxi's master in this new timeline, there's nothing binding him to nunchaku this time. Yeah, I appreciate that completely. I would think dual nunchaku would be cool. It would be like Shura, where she had like the dual katanas. She played like Cervantes, but she still had like a Mitsurugi style-esque weapon. 3-section staff. Yes, thank you. One of the devs posted about that issue. Yeah, I don't care. They just need to suck it up. Like, it's a part of life. It's like literally like a main part of life. So when will Homelander come to Mortal Kombat 1? In 2064. Like, I think he's the second to last character that's actually coming out. So I think he'll be out in June, I want to say, because I know the next season of The Boys is launching in June. So I'm pretty sure that they're making Homelander release with that Boys season as like a cross-promotional kind of thing. My favorite is Daredevil, but I like Golden Age Daredevil more. I used to be really into Daredevil, not so much really anymore. I liked the Netflix show of his, though. I hope Armor Break doesn't return by the 3rd round, both fighters. Actually, you can turn off Armor Break. You have to go into the character creation, and then you have to press the start button, I believe. And it'll give you the option to turn Armor Break off or on, but you have to do it for every one of your creations. I really hope that they just make it a 1-button toggle to turn Armor Break on or off. That would be much better. Trey says, then you do not want to see my Soul Guard 4 and 6 character creations. Jenna Dio says, Tekken Shop is available yesterday and Tekken 8. I really like Daredevil's Armored 90s suit. You mean, is that the black one? I mean, that's the black one with the silver armor on top, right? I like that suit too. Spring 2024 is Homelander's release time. Yeah, spring, but that's vague. It could be like spring quarter. It could be like spring financial sector. Like, I don't know when that is. I just know the new season of The Boys is coming out, I think, in June. So I'm guessing it's going to be around that time. They should make a new Deadpool game similar to Marvel's Spider-Man, and Ryan Reynolds should do his voice. Ryan Reynolds is getting overplayed with voices. I think he needs to like focus more and stop playing everybody. I like him a lot, but it's getting old at this point. I wish the season of MK wasn't so crossover heavy. I would much rather have like Aaron Black and Cabal or Peacemaker and Homelander. I mean, Mortal Kombat is guest character of the game at this point. Like, they always go through themes of like guest characters. So it's par for the course. I actually don't even have it installed right now. I'm probably gonna have to reinstall it because a buddy of mine is coming up from down south to visit at the end of this month, and he loves the game. So I'm probably gonna have to re-download it. But as it is right now, I don't have it on my console. I deleted it like a couple days ago. Hope Critical Finish will be in Soul Calibur 7. Yeah, Critical Finish should be. I just want to get rid of Reversal Edge. Soul Calibur 7 should bring back weapon drops. Weapon drops would be fine like they did in Soul Edge and Soul Blade. I just want it implemented maybe a bit differently. And then it's going to be a lot of hash out background stuff because it's very limited what you did with the with the weapon drops. Then I think you couldn't do that the same way in a modern day game. You'd have to like really flesh out the fist style fighting mechanics with the characters in order to get them back. Just what they put up, it could be delayed like Peacemaker. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jotted probably is going to be delayed. This is how it is. Oh my god. Stupid light. I disagree. The guest characters are really the only reason I'm sticking with Mortal Kombat 1. Yeah, I mean, that's why they get put in the game, because a lot of casuals like them. And Mortal Kombat definitely has the largest casual fan base out of all the fighting games. So that's how they get people in. Critical finish is what got me back into Soul Calibur. Trey says they need to make ending cutscene. Soul Calibur 6 has be a critical edge after a critical finish. Yeah, that'd be cool. When it comes to MK1, I only care about Jade. I didn't get it because she's not in it. Jade's literally my second favorite character in the whole series, so I agree with you. Cervantes' father will be in Soul Calibur 7. I doubt it. If the console exclusives were being made again, they should add Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal to MK1, and he would be brutally dope. Console exclusives are probably fine for Mortal Kombat. I still don't think they'll do them, but like when I talk about guest characters, like last week, it's specific to Soul Calibur. It's not to do any other games. It's just very like Soul Calibur does things in a very different way. Jade's in the files. Yeah, but the files don't necessarily indicate stuff that's in the game. That's like placeholder information. So it could be like it could be a planned character, it could be a costume, it could be anything. It's not whether she's in the game or not, like listed as a character, that still doesn't bode that she'll actually be in the game. As somebody who's delved into games codes before, like when I did it for Soul Calibur 6, there is a whole bunch of stuff in there that never came to fruition in Soul Calibur 6. In my book, my fighting style is Bojutsu, Taekwondo, and Kung Fu. Michael says that they bring back Zwei. They are bringing back Zwei. He's already in the game. Like he's lit. If you read the encyclopedia, it literally talks about Zwei and what he's doing right now. Take a page out of Bloody Roar, like Yugo the Wolf. He is in Wolf Krone. I don't know if they're gonna do anything with the wolf stuff with him this time around. Especially, it's not gonna be some like weird spirit wolf like he had kind of thing. He's gonna be reworked, but I don't know how yet. MK took out every new character from X and 11. Shake my head. Yeah, they don't care about new characters. Taki would be in Soul Calibur. Of course, Taki's going to be in Soul Calibur 7. She's like a fan favorite. If they took Taki out and replaced her with somebody crappy like Natsu, the game would fail. Plus, he's like 12 years old right now, so I don't know if he'll be coming into the series for quite a while unless 7 does some sort of time skip. I mean, there's a lot of other younger characters that are in Soul Calibur. And like I said before, I think they are going to do like maybe a 5-year time skip, which would make it applicable, because like right now the story is they're locating the swords and the shepherds are gathering together and they're about to get sent out to look for the evil shards of the sword of Soul Edge so that they can resurrect Algol and bring him into this dimension. So they're not going to show us literally fighting every pairing of people going after every shard. It's probably going to be like, yeah, Talim is like 15. That's what I mean. And like they're going to do it so it's a fact of like, when we start Soul Calibur 7, it's probably going to be like, this is what's been happening. Now let's continue to go down that. They're not going to show us collecting every shard from every team. The game would be unnecessarily long and it would be like way too grindy and weird. So we're probably going to have something of a time skip, but I don't think it's going to be more than 5 years. Yoshimitsu gets a new costume in every game, so that's definitely going to happen. The way Tekken 8 had all these cutscenes in the intro movie made me very excited for Soul Calibur 7. Like, I know Soul Calibur 7 won't get Tekken-sized budget, but like even if we get a fraction of it, I would be happy. We won't get a fraction of it because, okay, so in total, at the end of the day, when we're including digital sales, like I did the math in a video, and like I'm estimating that Soul Calibur on a low end sold around 5 million units, digital included in that. And what they would do is they would have to pay back everybody, and they have to pay back the investors that invested in the game. And then when they go forward to see what they can actually pay for in the next game, how much money they can get from investors to put in, they're going to need a return on investment based off that. So the investors are only going to loan them money based on what they know for a fact they're going to get back. So if they're going by the full 5 million number, or if they're going by the over 2 million physical budget sold, that's what's definitely going to happen between like what they sell as. Tekken sold over like 10 million. So like they're definitely not going to get that budget, but it should be definitely better than 6 because 6 almost had no budget. It was like very bare bones. It would be silly if King made from. No, that's not going to happen. Do you think they should bring Chester back? I mean, wasn't Chester in Libra of Souls? I need someone to tell me. Probably Matt or Lydia. Like one of you guys will probably know. I think Chester was in Libra of Souls. So technically, he was in there. You don't think he was? I think there was 2 characters that I saw. Chester was in Soul Calibur 3 consoles. No, I know he was from Soul Calibur 3. But there was, it was Miser I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah, Solar Flare. So Arthur and Miser from Soul Calibur 3 did show up in Libra of Souls. So yeah, maybe Chester could come back in like the secondary story mode, whether that be like a Libra-esque kind of story mode, or whether that be some kind of amalgamation between that and like Chronicles of the Sword or something. I think he has the potential to show up. Do you think they should bring back, because of his fighting style with dagger and bombs? Like the thief overall style, yeah, I think they can bring that back. I think they need to bring back those unique styles for create a character, even as just separate styles and not with characters associated with them. So it's like when you go to choose your character and you have their little weapon style you can choose and you have your main cast, I think there should be a separate section that has like all the specific ones. Soul Calibur needs to simply keep building on 6 building blocks and it should push up sales. I 1000% agree, Shad. It's 100%. Doesn't need to rewrite the wheel, do anything crazy. Just needs to keep going the way it's going and do things with more oomph and pizzazz and get rid of reversal edge, and we're on our way. Heihachi may not be supposed to be in Soul Calibur 2, but he still made sense as a PlayStation character nonetheless. The only reason that he was put in there was because they were supposed to get Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, but talks fell through last minute, and it's either Cloud or Dante. I always get Soul Calibur 3 and Soul Calibur 2 confused with the characters. But I really think that like they could. Dante was supposed to be 3, right? Thank you. So they only had the Xenosaga characters were pseudo guests, and the arcade edition had like Hwang Sung Young and stuff. But Dante was supposed to be in 3, so Cloud was supposed to be in 2. But talks fell through with Square at the time, last minute. I guess it was like a money issue or a licensing issue. So Cloud didn't get in. They needed somebody last minute to put in. So since they already owned Heihachi, they just put Heihachi in. It's a very similar situation to what happened with Mortal Kombat 11, how we were supposed to get Ash from the Evil Dead, but talks fell through at the very last minute. So they just threw the Joker in there since Warner Brothers already owns the license rights for game distribution for Joker. It's the same exact situation. It would have been a much better game if there was Cloud. Like, I like Heihachi, but like I think it would have been a better game if it was Cloud as opposed to Heihachi. But you can't rewrite history, right? And we're living in one timeline. Well, okay. I mean, if you're listening to me before, Trey, what I'm saying, I don't think create a character should be allowed in ranked at all. I don't think they should be banned, but in tournaments and competitive, create a character should not be in there at all. Like when it comes to ranked mode, it should only be base characters. It should literally only be base and possibly DLC if they're balanced. And they shouldn't be allowed to be edited or anything. Like no extra weapons or special weapons. It should be as they appear on the disc from the base roster. That's how ranked should play. There could be another mode. There could be another competitive mode for only create a character or something like that. But they should not be in the main competitive room at all. Hitchcock will be in Soul Calibur 7 for sure. Yeah, Shot, I agree. They should definitely be. I don't think they should be banned. I just don't think they should be allowed in that mode, period. In competitive play at all, they shouldn't be in there. It was kind of all right that Dante from DMC was not in Soul Calibur 3 because he would be OP. I mean, not necessarily. Like, they would just balance him out like the same way they balance everybody else has. I mean, like, you could argue Ebony and Ivory, but like Cervantes uses guns as well. Like he would probably just be somewhere like that. It's not like he would play like he would be in like Marvel vs. Capcom or something. Like he'd definitely play in a Soul Calibur style, so that would balance it automatically. I mean, I don't think DLCs should be banned necessarily. I play Amy, and I would have been bored if I couldn't rank her up. Yeah, no, I mean only if they're balanced, like not like boss DLCs I'm talking about, or like guest DLCs, like necessarily. Like I think all that stuff should be in its own mode. But like, yeah, Amy and characters like that, like Tira and stuff like that, they should definitely be allowed. But I think it should be like their base level, like not customized. I don't know if Aurelia will be in Soul Calibur 7. She might appear in the story as like a side character. She won't be an actual playable character, that's for sure. She wasn't even really a playable character in Soul Calibur 3. Yeah, and keep Inferno out. Well, Inferno only showed up in... Inferno was automatically banned when he was released in Soul Calibur 6. And the only other time that he shows up in the actual game itself and not in a story was in Libra of Souls. There's like 3 hidden boss Inferno fights. Spoiler alert. We are at an hour right now, guys, by the way. I would like to keep going a little bit longer. If you would like me to keep going, please drop a green boy to keep the stream going. This is where I'm going to probably see half you guys leave, but let's try to get some more time out of this. A super thanks or a super chat or anything like that would really help me out, and I would really enjoy you being part of the Yoon-Fam for it. So we can keep going a little bit longer. There was a character that was supposed to be in Soul Calibur 3. It was supposed to be in the game with Tears also and stuff. I forgot his name, but they were done with the model. What do you think of Reina from Tekken? I don't know what that is. Tekken Abe? Do you think there was some sort of place for Hayashi? No idea. I finally got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on PS5. Great job. I'm probably going to be playing it immediately after the stream. Remember, people modded the game to play as Inferno and ranked on PC, and I would have gotten a heart attack if I saw that. Oh, yeah. Like, that should be banned immediately. Like, whoever's account played as that character on ranked should have immediately been banned. There's no way you can bring boss characters into ranked. I just meal. Yeah, of course Siegfried's going to be Genadios. That's like uncontested by me. Everyone that was in 6 is going to be in 7. That's everyone from 6 plus a few more characters. Tekken is really bad with cheats at high rank. That's why I don't play high ranks. I literally play rank just to get like the title that I want, and then I bounce. By the way, guys, I have a lot of cool features in the membership, so be sure to check out the membership tab, please. If anybody can tell you, I do have one of the members in here right now, Ken Trey Games. You can ask him if it is worth it. There's a lot of fun stuff to be had in there and a lot of stuff, and you might even get some artwork from me and stuff like that. So check out those membership tiers, and I would love it if you would at least consider that. And any super thanks, any thanks or super chats in the stream right now will be highly, highly appreciated. I would very much appreciate it. I'm roasting in the room without my fan on. These computers are making me like an inferno myself. I'm not leaving quite yet, Blaze. Like I'm going to keep going for a little bit if people can drop some thanks and stuff, some super thanks or super chats. There's fun stuff, and I don't take advantage of people, so you should. Thank you. I try not to. Wasn't Bayonetta supposed to be in Soul Calibur 5? That was like a rumor. That wasn't really like a thing. Oh, you're bouncing. All right, Wolf, I'll talk to you later. Catch up with you on the Discord, bud. They wanted her there, but they couldn't figure out her hair physics. That's right. I did hear about that. Kenshi for Soul Calibur 7. Which Kenshi? From Mortal Kombat? That's not going to happen. WB is not going to cross over with Bandai Namco at all. Or I should say Discovery Plus now. I'm at membership perks that I don't take advantage of. Yeah, yeah. All you got to do is reach out, Trey. If there's anything from your tier that you want, just let me know. I'll send it out. How will Keelik hold his bow staff in Soul Calibur 7? I have no idea how he's going to hold it. I hope It's probably gonna be similar to how he plays in Soul Calibur 6, to be honest. Tekken Yoshimitsu for Soul Calibur 7? No. I don't want 2 Yoshimitsus in the game. That would just be a waste of a character slot. Very firmly. Yeah, thank you, Leela. Very firmly. Not that vomit green boy. I mean the Mula, Dinero, Juan, Dala. Kentrey games firmly grasp it. Why you gotta make it dirty, bro? Layla's trying to be over here trying to make a joke. You trying to make it dirty? Come on. D'Ampere needs to be in Soul Calibur 7. No, keep D'Ampere out of Soul Calibur in general. I don't like him. I don't like joke characters, so he can stay in his little DLC for 5 and as the bonus character in the Broken Destiny or whatever. He can stay there. Would he hold it similar to Shiba or Sungmina, just like in Soul Calibur 5, except Sungmina wasn't in Soul Calibur 5? Well, Sungmina doesn't have a staff. She has a spear. I don't like joke characters either. I prefer characters who are joking but are still badass. Yeah. D'Ampere should come back. We need all the Italian representation we can get. Why would you want that joke character to represent Italian? Why can't you get somebody like Claudio from like Tekken? Like, you have to have D'Ampere. He's not like he's like a racist caricature of like Italian lineage. Like, he's definitely a joke in and of himself. If you're gonna represent like Italy, like bring somebody cool in. Sungmina, Hong Song, and Talim makes in the story of Soul Calibur 7. Yeah, they're all gonna be in the story. Trey. D'Ampere and Voldo are Italian reps. So sorry, Italy. Yeah, I always forget Voldo is Italian because he's so like just a weird, creepy dead guy. Put me in coach. Yeah, there you go. Shad's gonna be in Soul Calibur 7. Genedio says, "Wait, D'Ampere is Italian? You couldn't tell? They like went over the top with like making fun of him as that way." Aswek. I know you meant Aswell, but Aswell is actually Italian too. Well, so there you go. There's already like, yeah. Aswell's German, isn't he? Oh, D'Ampiere's German. Who's German? Who's Italian? Set the story straight right now. Shad's weapon will be the PS5 controller. Nah, he'll have like free weights. He'll have like free weights, and then like his critical edge will be like him running on a treadmill, but he runs so fast that the treadmill like shoots out from under his feet and just KOs you into the screen. As well as German. Okay, thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like, Solar Flare and Lydia can actually like argue it out because they're the 2 most knowledgeable Soul Calibur people like probably on my channel. He uses German in his speech like Wunderbar. Wunderbar. My weapon will be my phone so I can tell the devs to nerf my opponent. Bet. Cervantes needs soul edge power to attack intruders. Come on, not one person's going to give a thanks or a tip or anything. Don't make me beg, guys. I'll be like one of those uwu Twitch streamer girls. I'll show some cleavage. I'll do it. Is that what you require of me? Is that what is required? Are you not entertained? It is all right, Dragger. You're in like a... Will I what? Thanks for the... What is that, a thanks or a super chat? Thank you, Trey. I can't see the amount, but I guess you're re-upping your membership. Oh, for 4 months. Nice. Thank you. Mark, you and OnlyFans win. Yeah, no. Welcome, Drager. I know you're in a different part of the world, so it's hard for you to make it. That's why I tried to do the stream a little bit early. I actually started at 4 as opposed to 5. What about the chick from Lollipop Chainsaw? I forget her name. I heard there was going to be a remake of that, but... Thank you, Shad. Thank you for the $5 green boy. And thank you, Ken Trey Games, for re-upping your Algol membership for 4 months, which is a total of, I think, that's $80. So thank you for the $80, Trey, and thank you for the $5 shot. I appreciate you guys. It is a remaster now. Oh, okay. I don't think she'll show up then. I don't think she has a chance. And Nescadamo Devlogs, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. Yes, Genadios. Everybody that was in Soul Calibur 6 will be in Soul Calibur 7, for sure. You guys gonna leave them hanging and make Shot and Trey carry the stream? I understand. I see how it is. I know where my true homies lie. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. None of you are obligated to do anything at all. I just appreciate it. Oh my god. Yeah, appreciate it so I can buy a new stupid light. It's the stupid light. Jeez. To turn the thing off. I was just joking with you. Yeah, no, I'm just, everything is in jest. Everything is in fun. Am I having a rave back there or something? Yeah, basically with a broken light. I got a broken light. I got a broken mic, and my GoPro is old. I need to update my stuff. Thank you, Laylo, for the $4 Green Boy. I appreciate you for the super thanks, and it is a cute one. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Sean said, now you tell me. Now I tell you what? So I want to give a shout out again. Thank you to Layla and to Shad and to Ken Trey Games. Remember, guys, if you want to join the Yoon-Fam, there's a ton of cool membership features that you can get that other people can't get. I am a professional comic book artist, and I have a bunch of cool tiers and membership where you get free art, whatever you want. You can play games with me. I will give you my PSN or whatever platform that you play on. We have some fun and drink and play some streaming games and do whatever you want to do. Some one-on-one streams, whatever you want. There's a ton of good stuff in there. Check out those options. Seductive Manshot says, must be because of time zones and stuff, but I've tried playing Soul Calibur 6 online on Steam on 3 different occasions, and I couldn't find anybody. Steam has a very low player base of Soul Calibur 6 right now. Thank you, Trey. Put this towards your light. Thank you for the $1.99. I know, seriously. Like, I need to get a new light. And I want to get a new mic. I'm actually going to get like a Shure mic with an arm, but because like, and then you know anything about me, like I'm not allowed to get anything that's like, I appreciate you, Layla. If anything that's like lower tier, because it lasts less time. Like this cost me like $100, and this piece of crap died like super fast. So I'm going to get like a Shure mic, but like they're super expensive. So that's my next big purchase for the channel. And then I think I got to upgrade my, I don't usually use this light. That's usually only for face lighting. That's why I use it during stream, because like I don't put the studio light on, only because I'm sitting here for like sometimes hours and it is so hot. It's like baking in the sun. Then who's British in Soul Calibur? I don't know. Steve Fox's second cousin, twice removed. I think it's East European countries. I don't think it's anywhere that would have been modern day Britain or Britannia. Ivy by upbringing, but she's Spanish by birth. Yeah, she does have an accent. I got to ask Lonnie, like where she gets the inspiration for her voice for that. I got somebody, my office is by the front, and there's somebody like blasting their bass in their car, which is like the least like masculine thing you could ever do. Yeah, we know Ivy is the daughter of Cervantes. We know this to be true. It's funny because I could just like call her. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I could call her and ask. GoPro support is getting out to me too late. Call her on stream. Yeah, I don't think so. Well, she lives in California, so it's 2 p.m. right now, so she's probably busy. I don't want to bother her. I usually just text her. Yeah, I know the Eddie fans are going to be eating well. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Someone throw out a subject of what we want to talk about. We'll try to keep this going for another like 15 to 30, depending. You guys hold the rules. I know he's popping everything, but I don't know why I make him DLC. He was just in the last game. I mean, that's Tekken. They always do that kind of stuff. I was actually surprised Kunimitsu didn't come back. They like Tekken does the same thing Mortal Kombat did. They introduced a bunch of new characters. Will I ever do a gaming channel? Okay, Trey. I know you were asking this, so I'm going to tell you what happened. I was doing streaming on this channel. I've streamed a couple of games. I have the live streams are still up on the channel. You can go check the live stream playlist. I played Destiny live. I played the entire story of Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles live. I played that with Whiskey. I was taking shots for every super chat we got. So we got messed up by that. I think that's those are like over 5 hour long streams. I've played other games streaming too. The problem is that like I have like pretty bad ADHD, so I get distracted by chat super easily. As you can tell, because my chat's here, I'm not even looking at the camera like I should. If I was like a good YouTuber, I'd be looking at the camera and like chat at the corner of my eye on my phone or something. But I remember joining you on that Demon Slayer stream. Yeah, you were on that stream. So it's like really hard for me to focus on that at the same time as like talking to chat and being entertaining. And what ended up happening is after playing, see, it's crazy because your last name is Schwarzlohen, right? And if you're from Germany, like I'm of German descent also. I'm third generation German. Like both my grandparents on both sides of my family came from Germany. So that's crazy that we would both have ADHD too. But ADHD is not just some fun thing to get you out of school when you're like young. I don't make excuses for it. I don't take Ritalin. I've never taken medicine for it. You're from Malaysia? Okay, you're Malaysian. I guess your character name was just that. Well, hi from Southeast Asia. Yeah, so I don't know. It's really hard to concentrate and focus. Like I just got distracted right now and I lost my train of thought. But I know that it happens to everybody. But like literally, I don't remember playing Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles because I streamed the whole thing and I was so focused on like talking to chat and being entertaining that like I forgot that I even played the game. Like if I went back right now to play it, I wouldn't remember that I even played the game. It's crazy. Stuttering John's thoughts. Oh, Howard Stern reference. Thank you. I'm late to the stream, but are you looking forward to Dragon's Dogma 2? I do like Dragon's Dogma, and I will get the game. I just don't know if I'm going to get it day one, but I am going to get that game. It looks really good. Kentrey Game says, I got to see you rage on Dead by Daylight. I got to see you rage on Dead by Daylight one time. Bro, it's not even installed in my console right now. I played Dead by Daylight for the last time on, I think it was Christmas. I had like a Christmas stream. And then like after that, I deleted the game again. Nina Williams and Death by Degrees. Kentrey Games, that one clip, yeah, it almost made me deaf. Oh, yeah, they put on the Discord. Oh, my God. Yeah. I have a question for you, Mark. Is there a way I can get into comic book creating? I've answered this on previous streams before, so you can check them out. But the best way to get into the comic book industry is basically knowing people. So you got to just like put your work out there. And nowadays it's a lot easier to actually get into the comic book industry if you do stuff on your own. Like there's like DeviantArt. People don't really look at DeviantArt too much, but there's like webtoons and stuff. If you make your own comics and then they pick up popularity, you're going to be getting a phone call somehow, or just self-publish. Like so many comic artists are self-publishing nowadays. Like even like award-winning Mark Polton, like famously self-publishes a ton of his books. And even Ethan Van Sciver, who is like the old artist for like Green Lantern, like they all self-publish their own books now. And it does a lot better than it would in the actual industry because they make a lot less. You make a lot less money when you're actually working under like editors and stuff than you would just doing the books yourselves. Kentrey says, I cannot draw. I just write. Xanadu says Jin Xiaoyu Tekken 4 costumes, Kazuya's Tekken 6 costumes, and Jun's Tekken Tag 2 costumes in the Tekken shop. Yeah, I saw that, but they're a bit pricey, for my opinion. How cool would it be if PS5 had backwards compatibility with PS1 through PS3 discs? Well, PS3, oh my. Jeez. PS3 is extremely hard to make backwards compatible just from the nature of the infrastructure of how the games were created based on the Linux-based system. So that's why emulators have a hard time doing PS3. That's why it's really hard to have PS3 with backwards compatibility. I can't fix it. It's broken, bro. I just need to buy a new light. It's just what it is. It's just part of the stream. Make part of the fun, I guess. I would like to. I do not like that it doesn't play. What are the words that I'm using? English. I do think that you should be able to play PS1 games. That would be cool. PS2 would be great, but I don't know if they would be able to do that without making it super expensive like the PS3 was famously for being. Need subtitles, I'm not going to lie. For what? You want me to do the whole stream in Korean? I will do the whole stream in Korean. Don't play with me. Yeah, I do have my PS2, Rocky. It's a modded PS2, so it has a hard drive in it. I have the fat one specifically with homebrew on a PS2 memory card. So in the so it plays burnt games, and then also I have a hard drive with like hundreds of PS2 games that are in there. What is my favorite Korean media? Like, you mean like what's my favorite manhwa, or what's my favorite Korean drama, or what's my favorite K-pop group? Like, I don't know specifically what you mean by that. They want to resell those classics like the old Battlefront games. Yes, that, and sell them for way more than what they're worth and way too expensive, which I'm sure people are still going to buy. I think like $40 for 2 Battlefront games is crazy. I do like trance. Trance is actually not my favorite genre of music, though. I think like metal is probably my favorite. Trance and K-pop are probably tied. And then probably other forms of rock, and then like old school rap. Like old school rap, like 80s, 90s, and like early 2000s. Country. I hate country music so much. The closest I will get to country music is like Matchbox 20, which is like not even country. Maybe like I can listen to some like Sheryl Crow, or like who's that girl that sung like I Hope You Dance, like that blonde lady. Like I like a couple of her songs, but that's pretty much it. Xbox loses the PlayStation. I mean, that's why they got rid of their physical department. They know it. They've known it forever. Like Phil Spencer even admitted it. Like Leanne Womack. Thank you, Rocky. Yeah, like I like Leanne Womack. But as far as like other country goes, like it's really hard for me to listen to. I just don't. It doesn't like speak to me. If you're cool with me asking, can you explain your lineage? Because I was under the impression that you're at least part Korean, but you said your grandparents are German. Okay, so I will explain this really quick because I have a lot of new subscribers. I myself am almost 100% German. I'm third generation. Born in New Jersey, lived in Philly, New York, and now I live in a southern state. My wife is Korean. My wife is from South Korea. We've been married for about 13 years, and her parents are pretty much my parents. They gave me a Korean name, so I'm very close with the Korean half of my family. But that's where the Korean stuff comes from. Like my last name is not originally Yoon, for example. Like it is legally Mark Yoon, but I had a different last name, and when I got married over a decade ago, I changed it legally to my wife's last name. So that's why I'm Mark Yoon, and that's why the Korean stuff is so important to me, and that's why I do a lot of Korean videos, and I can speak, read, and write Korean and stuff like that. It's because basically half of my family is Korean. But as far as blood lineage goes, I'm pretty much German. I might have a splash of Irish in there too, but I'm pretty much German. Do I still have my Xbox Series X? No, I sold it. I'm planning on getting an Xbox Series X. I got tired of just Game Pass and not having physical media, so I got rid of it, and I'm going to buy an Xbox Series X at some point because Shad won't give me his extra one because he has an extra one and he should sell it to me, but he's a bum. Xbox controller is not better than PlayStation controller. I will fight you on that, bro. Like, Xbox controller is freaking terrible. Like, I like the Xbox 360 controller. I hate with a passion the Xbox Series controller. It is like the loudest, clickiest, cheapest feeling piece of crap I've ever played. It might as well be a Power A controller. I hate that controller so much. And it hurts my thumbs. It like cuts them. The PS5 controller, without its like first generation flaws of like battery stuff and like stick drift issues, is like immaculate. And Lydia says, okay, that makes sense. That's really nice. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, no problem. I tend to not share too much like that often. That's why I try to like keep some things like private, because I'm not like one of those like people who's going to make every part of my life like out there for the world. Like, that's never going to happen. But that's basically the gist of it. And I'm glad you understand. Xbox controller is better to put batteries in a PlayStation controller charging. How are AA batteries better than charging? First of all, like a lithium ion battery puts out way more power and has way more hours of gameplay than switching to AA batteries, which like basically run at like 12 amps. They have like no energy output whatsoever. They're bad for the environment. If you throw them in the trash, you're a bad person. I think like across the board, Xbox controllers since the 360, the 360 was good, but the Duke for the first generation was trash. The Xbox One controller is trash, and the Xbox Series controller is complete utter garbage. I hate it. If there was a way that I can actually utilize my 360 controller and play that on my Xbox Series, I would. Yeah, Gina, you are wild for that take. The PlayStation 5 controller might be the epitome of controllers. Jim Ryan retires this month. Yeah, and we'll get another CEO. Doesn't matter. He's old anyway. Solarfire says, since you lived in Philadelphia, can you tell me if their Philly cheesesteaks are as good as everyone says? I've never had one. I cook my own Philly cheesesteaks, Matt, because I like putting pepperoni and fried onions in there. But it depends. So if you go to South Street, that's where the real cheesesteaks are. If you go to any of the crappy like places that everyone loves to go to, all the celebrity pictures, like Geno's, oh my, whoo! Like Geno's or Pat's, they suck. They make them for you in like 5 seconds, and then they just like throw Cheese Whiz on them, and they are garbage. But if you go to South Street, they have some really killer cheesesteaks. My favorite food. No, I didn't just say it. Cheesesteaks are not my favorite food. That's what Matt said. My favorite food is naengmyeon chicken, which is like a Korean spicy, sweet and sour chicken. It's like a sweet and spicy chicken with like really crunchy, like a flour shell, and it is delicious. Like naengmyeon chicken is probably my favorite food ever, and that is Korean. It's naengmyeon. It's basically like Korean fried chicken, but like with like sweet and sour sauce, like maybe like something like that. That's my favorite food. Do you have an iToy on PS2? I do somewhere in my closet. I don't use it. Remember that time I played Soul Calibur 5 in arcade in Thailand? Nice. What are your top 5 Korean dishes that I'd recommend? Okay, so my top 5 Korean dishes that I would recommend would be naengmyeon chicken is number 1. Number 2 would be bibimbap, because bibimbap is awesome. That's mixed rice, but it's not like regular fried rice. It's like fresh rice with like a bunch of other stuff that they mix together with like gochujang sauce, which is like a spicy red pepper sauce. That's delicious. I would say jjajangmyeon, which is like a type of noodle. It's like a black bean based noodle. Korean ramen is really good. It's called ramyeon there. Yeah, bibimbap is delicious. Bulgogi is really good. It's endless. Like Korean food is just delicious. I think my favorite culinary cuisines from around the world, though, I'd say Korean for me is tteokbokki. Oh my god, tteokbokki! How can I forget it? Tteokbokki is delicious. My wife has tteokbokki like literally like once a month, like once a week. I'm sorry. It's like a fish cake with like a rice noodle, and it's in like this really good like sauce. Sobyunman is really good too. Let's see. So I would say Korean is number one. Mexican is number two for me. I love Mexican food so much. It's not even freaking funny. Bulldog is good too. Though I don't like bulldog flavored ramen that often because they make like over the top spicy ramen. I prefer like Shin or Jin ramen than bulldog. But bulldog is good, especially the fire ramen. I'd say number three favorite is probably Thai food. Like if you, I will go nuts for some decent pad prog raw for some like chicken basil, some pad prog raw. Oh my god, that is so amazing. I don't know. I appreciate a lot of different foods, but yeah, I'd say probably Korean, Mexican, and Thai food are probably my favorite. But you could put Vietnamese pho up there really well too. Like I love Vietnamese pho. When you say Mexican food, I hope you mean Taco Bell. Mexican food is not that good in my opinion. Sorry. Okay, there's some Mexican dishes that are really delicious. I think I prefer Taco Bell just because of all the additives. Like I'm not saying Taco Bell in particular, like my tacos that I make, because I do like sour cream and like cheddar and stuff like that on them, because like a traditional taco is just like a small corn tortilla, and then it's got like some carnitas on it, and then it has some like some basil and some lime squirted on it. That's pretty much it. So I do like that kind of stuff. Shots at like all foods except peas. I love Italian. Indian is pretty good. Butter chicken is so good. I have to have good Indian. Like all the Indian food that I've had has been pretty mid, to be honest. But like maybe it's just the places that I've gone to. But Italian food is good depending on what Italian food you're talking about, because Italy likes to take credit for a lot of foods that they didn't create and say that they created it. For example, if you like pizza, they pretty much had tomato pies, which was like dough with like seasoned tomato sauce on top. They didn't add cheese until that dish came to America. And if they're even talking about that, like that's not even, because there's been flatbread like topped dishes in like Greece and the Middle East and the Mediterranean for like generations before Italy ever started doing it. They claim spaghetti, but noodles are from China. China invented noodles. So I don't know what Italian dish would really reach out to me as being like number one. Like I would say like I like raviolis a lot, and I also like tortellini. Manicotti is really good. Stuffed shells is a classic. What is my favorite German dish? I don't know if I've ever had German food, to be honest. Like I've had Greek food and stuff like that, but I've never had German food. Beer. Can I say beer? Like I'll probably go on my way and say beer is my favorite German food. Like I don't know what you want me to do. Just because I'm German doesn't mean I know anything about like my heritage. I'm not gonna put on like a pair of overalls with like a flower hat and like some wooden shoes and dance around for you. I have no idea. I stand corrected. Chinese is now my favorite food. It depends, because like Chinese American food is pretty much American food. If you go to actual Szechuan like Chinese places, or if you go to China, the food is completely different from Chinese food you'd order here. That's completely Americanized. It's nowhere near as greasy and oily. Chinese food is actually closer to Korean food in actual China than it is here. Chinese American food is literally just like dripping with grease and oil, and while some of it slaps, like beef and broccoli is really good and stuff like that, it's like overall, that's like a drunk food for me, because I can't really stand all the grease in my stomach if I'm not drunk, to be honest. In Arabic, we call the precursor to pizza manakis. Yeah, like the Arabic world, like I said, the Middle East, the Middle Mediterranean, and Greeks had like those flatbread pizza stuff well before Italy ever started doing it, and then they just literally claimed it. So I don't know what kind of food colonization that is, but Jamaican food does slap, and like they're like beef things. Oh my god, like I do like Jamaican food a lot too. See, you say orange chicken is yummy, but like you can have like Korean naengnom chicken and it blows orange chicken like out of the water. Like once you have like Korean naengnom chicken, you're never gonna be able to have like Korean sweet and sour or like orange or General Tso's ever again. I promise you. Italy didn't main the noodle, China did. Yeah, I literally just said that a couple minutes ago, Trey. I literally said that China invented noodles. Jenna Dios just says hot dog and burgers. Burgers are from Germany, and hot dogs are also from Germany. So those aren't even American dishes. Those are both from Germany. I mean, there's literally like a place called Hamburg, Germany. So I'll believe it when I eat it. Yeah, you just have to eat it. That's why I said Chinese is my now favorite food. I got you, Trey. I mean, I'll cook you some bomb Korean food if like we ever get a chance. Trust me. Onion rings. We got an Marabou in the house. I'd rather live to see like myself have kids and grandkids, so I'm gonna stay away from that stuff unless I'm drinking, so I can have something to counteract all that grease. Remember, I don't eat meat, Mark. Oh my god, I'm about to eat this lamp. I don't remember you telling me that. I guess you did. This is my Latino song I made. Let's see. I like Italian American food. Italy doesn't have white sauce like they do. Yeah. I love white sauce, like the creamy sauces and stuff. Like if I'm having like a fettuccine alfredo or something like that, yeah, the white sauce is bomb. We had it in a PSN party. Trey, if we were playing in a PSN party, chances are I was obliterated out of my brain because that's like the only time that I play with people online. Honestly, unless it's with like Shad during the week on like Fortnite or something, like I don't really play with people unless I'm like drinking because it's just like it gets boring to me really fast. Or it's not boring; it's probably my ADHD distracts me too much. But like alcohol lets me focus. I think a lot of people forget that America is basically just like a giant melting pot of other cultures, so nothing is truly American in terms of food anyway. Yeah, that is true. Do you play on your PS2 or PS3 often or no? Rocky says, yes, I do. PS2 is still, to this day, my favorite console. So I play on my PS2 a lot. I have a lot of great games on there. Dragon Ball Z Infinite World is still the best Dragon Ball game, so I play that on there a lot. I have Yu Yu Hakusho Forever, which is a Japanese import that never came to America. I play that a lot. It's the best Yu Yu Hakusho game. I play my PS3 a lot too. There's a lot of great like games on there. Like I have like Dynasty Warriors, Gundam Reborn, which I can only play on PS3. I have Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Revolution, which I can only play on PS3. Dragon Ball Z, Bleach Soul Resurrection, like we were talking about. Dragon Ball Burst Limit, Raging Blast 1. There's a lot of stuff on PS3 and PS2 that I can only play on those systems, so I still do. Trey said I was definitely drinking. Well, I'm going to tonight too. So I haven't drank for like over 2 weeks. So I'm probably going to drink tonight. And maybe I'll get up to some playing with you guys if I feel like it. Drop some more Green Boys in here, boys and ladies, if we want to see some playing going on. Oh, and Lydia, don't let me forget. I want to talk to you about becoming a mod for the channel. So if you can hit me up either on email or on the Discord, let me know because I want to make you a mod. Let's see, PS5 Slim is like Polystation. The Slim is ugly. It's the material it's made out of is garbage too. I don't like the Slim. I play my PS2 all the time because I grew up with it and it's still one of the best consoles. Yeah, I mean I grew up with it too. Like I don't know if you guys know how old I am. Some of you do. Thank you, Trey. I appreciate the Green Boy. Thank you, Trey, for a $10. I appreciate you. I love you. You're the man. Trey is also my only current member right now. So if you guys can get on that and join the tiers of gods, then you can be on his. Shad Solar said I'm 400. Take away 10, asshole. Thoughts on Star Wars The Force Unleashed? I have the Steelbook collection. I have the Steelbook edition on, I believe, Xbox 360. I love The Force Unleashed, mainly because I like that guy, the main guy, like who played Doomsday in Smallville. Sam Witwicker, I think his name is. Yeah, I like him a lot. So The Force Unleashed is a great game to me. The Force Unleashed 2, not so much, but the first one is a great game. I have my regular PS5 disc version better than the Slim, and I do as well, Rocky. Xbox Series X is better than the S. Yeah, that's undeniable. I mean, like it's got more teraflops. It literally has a bigger hard drive. It can actually do up to 4K. The S only does 1080p. Fortunately, it definitely does need a remaster or a HD collection at the very least. And I think it looks cooler. I think the small white box of the S looks stupid. It looks like a speaker. I'm not really a big fan of it. That's why I sold mine. Anyone else feel like joining Trey and helping out with the Green Boys? We're at an hour and 40. I'm going to end in 5 minutes unless we can get a couple membership joins. Would be great. If someone could join the membership or Green Boy, we will go another 20 minutes. And we'll end it on a even 2 hours. If not, we'll end it in 5 minutes and we'll go an hour 45. So that's up to you guys. The stream is in your hands. And there are requests and stuff. You can do that. Or just listen to my tunes that I made. Xbox games aren't going to come to Sony. Phil Spencer already said that. He said Game Pass is going to stay on Xbox. I don't think it's going to go to Switch either. There were talks to bring it to Switch, but then the talks fell through. So I think Game Pass is only, and that's how Xbox games would come about, is only going to be on PC and on Xbox itself. When will Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake be made and sold? I'm not sure, but Knights of KOTOR is cool, so I would like to see that come back. I've literally just gone back and rewatched episode 4, 5, and 6 like in the past 2 days. I'm not really a huge Star Wars fan, but I'm kind of getting more into it now as I get older. Street Fighter Cross Tekken was okay. I would rather see a Tekken Cross Street Fighter with Tekken's mechanics over Street Fighters, to be honest. Yeah, Layla. Layla, you should also try to download the Discord too. Even if my server is the only server that you're on, I would recommend joining the Discord just so we can talk and set up stuff in there too. But I have a bunch of other mods in there as well. And that's where all the mods talk for the channel is in the Discord. So if you can, I know you're not really down with Discord too much, but just for my server, if you would give it a try, that would be appreciative because it's better. It's faster to contact me than emailing because I have too many email addresses and it's hard to sort through them all. So the Xbox games like Grounded are released on Switch are true, except in Japan. Japan has different rules. I used to be a huge Star Wars fan, but then Disney happened. Now not so much. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the new Disney stuff, except for Rogue One. I liked Rogue One. I need to find someone that owns Yoda DLC on their PSN. So the reason that I don't have Yoda is because when I first got Soul Calibur, I got it on 360 because 360 came out before PS3. So I had it on 360 and I had Darth Vader on there with my Yoda. And that was my primary place to play it. When I got it for PS3 eventually, it was already discontinued off the store. So Yoda is forever locked off of my PS3, unfortunately. On the other hand, the remake of the 2DS retro game released on Switch is Japan only. Everything's Japan only. All right, guys, we got 3 minutes. If we can get, let's see, what's a good kind of way to end on for an extra 20 minutes? If we can get $20, no, 20 bucks is too much. If we can get another $10, I'll go for 2 hours. We'll go another 15. Well, it's 18 minutes. So that is up to you guys. And we will end it on there with another 10. We'll go for another 15 minutes, and then I'll end the stream because I want to go play some Vigia games. PS3 fat 60 gig is way better to play PS2. Actually, the 80 gig is probably the best way to play them because the disk read error, the blue light of death, happens way less on the second gen 80 gig than it does on the first gen 60 gig. Did what work, Layla? Oh my God, I did. You did carry this. Yes, you did carry the stream on your back. You and Layla and Shad. Thank you guys so much. I used to have a Dreamcast. I don't anymore. Did you join the Discord, Layla? Is that what you're saying? I just checked it. I didn't see you on there. I guess you made one? I'm not sure what's going on. I cannot get Yoda for PS3 for Soul Calibur 4 unless I mod or hack Soul Calibur 4 with delisted a long time. Yeah, definitely. No, I don't have Dreamcast. I used to have a Dreamcast. The reason I got rid of my Dreamcast, honestly, is because they ported over all the good stuff that I wanted. Like Shenmue, they ported. Oh, I have a Grow next to my name. Oh, did you join the membership? You got Grow next to your name now, yeah. This is pretty much a good stream. Thank you, Rocky. Except for the stupid light, right? Ah. Blast some tunes while I'm checking this out real quick for Layla. Yes, so thank you to Layla for joining. She is now with Cantray Games, and she is on the Soul Calibur tier. So thank you so much for joining the Soul Calibur tier. I don't know if it's hard to see on. Let me open my phone. She's on the Soul Calibur tier. Cantray is on the Algol tier. So thank you guys so much. Well, Solar Flare, your membership has expired, so not welcome to the fold anymore. You need to jump back on the fold. Just kidding, but not really. By the way, Layla, what console system do you play on? Actually, don't divulge that on here. We can talk about that in the Discord and stuff. Just Layla, go in the description box. Here, that's actually better that you're a member. Go in the description box of any of my videos and click on the Discord link. We'll give you a Discord invite. And I actually have a members only tab where only members can talk to each other. If you feel socially not feeling up to talking to a bunch of people, I can just put you in that chat if you want. And we can talk that way. Trey said, I'll be alone up here. Algol tier? Oh, so Algol tier is the highest tier on my membership list. I believe it's Soul Calibur, Soul Edge, and Algol. Soul Calibur starts at $4.99 a month, and Algol tier is, I believe, $19.99. But you get a bunch. No, listen, I totally appreciate you, Layla. Just keep that rolling, and I love you for it. Thank you. I'm not no pressure into upgrading. At some point, oh, you joined the Discord, Dregger? Thank you. Layla, please join the Discord. I implore you. That's like the one thing that I hope you do because it's the easiest way to talk. I hope you get a new light that works. Yeah, thanks, Rocky. Me too. maybe if more people join the membership, I can definitely do that. So yeah, if you're asking about memberships, there are different tiers, but the main reason that it is good to actually join my membership is, like I said, I'm a professional comic book artist who has worked with like all the major comics industries, comic publishers, and like I do head sketches or I do art. I do members play sessions where I will play with you on console of your choice. There's a bunch of other stuff in there, like doing videos with me or promoting your content, or like if you're trying to help get started in streaming or YouTube, I will help you out. There's a lot of cool stuff that's involved in those memberships. So take a look at them at least and consider them. You don't have to join if you aren't able to. I'm not going to beg anybody for their last dollar if they are not in a position where they can be generous with it. I completely understand that stuff, and I've been down that road. All right, Layla, we're about to hop off here in about 10 minutes too. So thank you for joining. Please jump on the Discord, Layla. Just go into my description box and click on the Discord link. If you don't want to talk to anybody else, I will put you in the members only section. Just let me know. I just ask that you do that. But thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the membership. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate you. Everyone say bye to Layla and thank you. And I'll talk to you on the next vid, Layla. And I will make you a mod. I need to make you a mod. I have to. You know, you're pretty even keeled, and I appreciate that. I'm a college student. I can't avoid the royal registry that is alcohol. Yeah, I know. But you know, like if I get enough people on like the the Soul Calibur tier, and there you go, Layla. Take all that love from everyone. If I could get more people in the Soul Calibur tier, not only could I do stuff like fix the lights and get a better like mic and stuff, I can do better stuff for you guys, like do giveaways, and like I really want to do some giveaways. Like maybe when like the next Soul Calibur game comes out, I want to buy a couple extra copies so I can do some giveaways and give them to people that maybe can't afford them. Stuff like that, like host up some parties. I would even like to do like meetups and stuff if my channel gets big enough in the future and you guys actually gave a crap about that kind of stuff. But I don't know. All that stuff takes money and time, and everything that I get though, I put back into the channel. I'm not like gonna be like one of those Twitch streamer girls who just jumps in a hot tub in a bikini just to beg for $1. But everything you get, you'll get out of it. Is there anything that anyone wants to talk about now that Layla's gone for the next 10 minutes? Or should we end the stream here for today, guys? Do I like Ashley Graham from Resident Evil 4 or no? I didn't like her in the original Resident Evil 4 because she was super annoying. I like her in the remake, and she's thick, boy. He's thick. I like her in the remake. But I thought she was super annoying in the original version. Sega Dreamcast is growing up for a 2-year-old console. Does Ashley ever straighten up or no? She's a lot more tolerable in the remake. All right, guys, I think the stream is winding down now, so we're going to end up. I might play some games with you guys later. It depends. So how the playing with me works is like if you're a part of the membership, you get guaranteed to play with me and get my PSN. If not, you're in a queue, and if anybody drops out, then like you're able to play. Yeah, I do need to fix the light. So we're probably going to get going now, guys. It was a fun stream. I liked having you guys there. If you guys want to play, yeah, go back to Sleep Dragger. I'll talk to you in the Discord. Thanks for joining. If you want to play with us later, then all you have to do is join the Soul Calibur tier. Even if it's for 1 month just to play this time, it's up to you. And then we will add you and play with you on whatever games that you want to play. So we all talk about together. Depends on what I'm playing. Yeah, we'll talk about it. But I'm gonna go for right now. I got to eat some dinner, and then we'll see what's going on. And any and all thoughts are always welcome in the comment section down below, guys. I want to thank all of you guys for joining me. You guys are the best. Please check out the membership and the Discord and in the chat below. And as I always say, guys, let's end the stream the proper way, as we always do every single time. I love it. Thank you. And thank you.